Welcome into Boulder, Colorado for tonight's matchup between your University of Colorado Buffaloes and the visiting Arkansas Razorbacks. I'm Joe Paris on your Monday night, and I'm joined for the first time ever by Derek Michelson.
Hey, Joe. We'll see how this goes. I'm not really used to being on this side of the headset, but give it my best shot.
All of our usual color commentary guys are doing homework and midterms and other things tonight.
Boring things.
Yeah.
Non-hockey things.
Monday night's a tough sell.
Yeah,
so anyways, I'm here, though.
And I'm with you.
And Derek is here with
me. Let's see if we can do this. We got a three-man crew.
Three-man crew. Zach's on camera, so we'll see how he does. He's never done this before, so.
We're just making this up as we go tonight,
yeah.
It sounds like.
But thanks for joining us. Colorado and Arkansas here for you. I don't know. I think we're going to do some starting lineups, so we'll do the starting lineups. What do you say? All right. First for the Arkansas Razorbacks, starting in net number 50, Oliver Eklund. He had a really good game on Friday night. He was the reason why the Razorbacks won in a shootout here in Boulder, a heartbreaker for the home team. Also starting for the Razorbacks, number 77, Travis Robbins, number 28, Jesse Foskey, alongside number 19, Matt Robinson, number 16, Michael Tallow, and number 7, Jacob Brown. Starting for your University of Colorado Buffaloes, at left wing, number 7, Chris Bergkemper. At center, number 6, Matt Anders. And at right wing, number 15, Jake Bauer. The defensive core tonight will be Matt Hefter. He wears number 16. And Alex Tembe, his teammate, he wears 2-4. In between the pipes tonight for the University of Colorado will be Colin Champine. Piner had a little bit of a tough outing on Friday night, but he's excited to get back at it. So thank you for joining us. We're going to step aside for the national anthem. Face off right around the corner. Pretty impressive rendition of the national anthem.
Yeah, it sounds like we had a band back there.
Yeah, we had the whole
pretty
band.
Excited for that one.
It's hockey time, though. These two teams took off on Friday night. Arkansas with an upset, their biggest win of the year against Colorado. They come in 5-8, coached by Brian Galini. And Coach Galini, he had to be extremely happy with the victory on Friday night. Derek, you and I were both here watching, unable to broadcast, but we still came to watch, and pretty shocking.
Yeah, it was definitely something. I know you and I talked before the game, and it wasn't something we expected, but at the end of the day, CU struggled a little bit with some of the things they were trying to do. Arkansas definitely came out and performed extremely, extremely well. And I think you mentioned it in the little pregame there that the goalie just had a phenomenal night, and he was really the difference, honestly.
Colorado outshot Arkansas 63-20 on Friday night, yet Arkansas wins 3-2 in a shootout. An impressive display from the Razorbacks. We're underway here in Boulder. Thank you for joining us. Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson and Zach Medell. Kaylee Bryce on social media. Make sure to find it at CU Buffs Hockey online. We'll be with you all evening. Colorado will send it in deep to the Razorback zone. Underway from Boulder. Thank you for joining us. Monday Night Hockey, the first Monday night game that Colorado has played at the Division I level here at home. In their third year in the Division I ACHA, the WCHL, the Razorbacks joining them in the conference. A nice addition. The Razorbacks will break it out to neutral ice, and they'll dump it into the zone. Matt Hefter will come back for it. Hefter, who sat out Friday night's game with a foot injury, is back here tonight. He'll turn it over, though. Brought into the zone by the Razorbacks. Misplayed by Landon Howes. To the boards it goes. Glove down at the blue line. Pushed on net by Summerford. Summerford shot goes to the corner again. Another rebound. Goes to the save there by Champine. Buffs will send it all the way out of the zone, and this one could go for an icing call, but it looks like Hefter will negate that as he and Chris Green will meet up against the boards. Green and Hefter will shove each other. Kyle Summerford will be the third man in, and he'll come out of the pile with the puck. John Nitchin on his first shift will battle in the corner. Poked around by Ryan Marcus. Marcus gets it out, and will be the captain, Marcus, who will bring it up the ice for the Razorbacks. He'll chip it over the line to Howes. Howes will send one just wide. It'll wrap around the boards and come out to the blue line. Trevor Landgraf will meet up there against the boards before poking it out to Mick Bruce. The defenseman takes it over center ice before handing off to Jarman. Jarman's shot on net will be deflected off the chest of Brandon Van Ruin. Against the boards is Marcus again. Marcus, the captain for this Razorback squad, is a very good leader. You can hear him on the bench barking out the orders, and you can see his play on the ice is also very spectacular from times and oddly consistent at others. Against the boards it goes. Coleman at the blue line will wrap around in behind. Coming after it will be Luke Carter. He'll come right out of the zone. Bruce to Matt Adams. Adams, the freshman defenseman. He'll kick at it. He'll be playing off the boards, though, by Corey Delisle. And back into the Arkansas zone it goes. I can't reiterate enough times how impressive the display on Friday night, the goaltending performance from Oliver Eklund was for the Razorbacks. He stopped every single shot that came his way. I mean, when you face 65 shots on net and you only allow 2, your goalie percentage is pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, and not to mention facing those shots in shootout style as well there at the end and making some of those impressive saves. And I mean, so far today, it looks like Arkansas is trying to pick up on that momentum they had. It seems like CU's been chasing the puck a lot here in these first few minutes, and Arkansas's really controlled it at times and really played more as a unit and a team as opposed to individuals in these first couple minutes here.
And it really wasn't just Eklund on Friday night. Sometimes you can say a goalie can steal one for you. It was really a team effort. I mean, a guy like Ryan Marcus was all over the ice. He was so fun to watch. Obviously he's on the other team, but he was still really fun to watch. Up the ice come the Razorbacks. It's Gene Cabo. Cabo will drop a shot on net. Saved by Champagne. Rebound will bounce in behind. It'll be played by Andrew Bradford into the netting and out of play. And that'll draw a face-off. But the other guy I saw flying around the ice on Friday night was Brandon Van Ruin. Van Ruin and Marcus were just everywhere. I mean, they were on every defensive play. They're on every fast, odd man rush up the ice. And I'm going to look for those two again to lead the rush and lead the game for the Razorbacks. Face-off won by Foskey. He'll throw it on net. Rebound comes out to Elliot Palanchik. Palanchik will find Bradford. It'll be deflected back into the zone to the top of the slot. Exchange out to neutral ice. John Dorr playing in his second game of the year. He made his debut on Friday night coming back from injury. I talked to him, actually I had lunch with him last week, and he said he was itching to get back on the ice. He really wanted to play when the boys actually went down to Arkansas on their road trip a few weeks back, but coach held him off. Wanted him to be fully healthy before he made his return, and, well, I guess Friday night was then.
Yeah, we'll see what his playing time is like this tonight as well. I know Friday night he didn't seem like he got a lot of minutes. Seemed like he was just trying to work back into things, so we'll see what that shakes out to be and what impact that might have tonight as opposed to the outcome that we saw on Friday.
Eklund made the inaugural save for him into the corner, but Colorado will maintain possession. Out to the blue line it goes. Alex Temby saw the puck go over the line, tried to play it back in. It was actually blocked by Matt Robinson, so that kept the play alive. Sent in by the Buffaloes. Eklund will come in from behind his net where he'll leave it for Chris Green. Anders down low on the forecheck. Will break it up from Green. Burkemper alongside him. Burkemper will put it in the slot and it's blocked into the netting and out of play.
Buffs definitely starting to pick it up, play more as a team. Definitely working the puck, making sure that everybody's getting a touch, everybody's getting a look. And you saw it right there on that last shot. He's, very quick shot right from the slot area and definitely have a solid chance. Goalie just right back on it again, just like he picked up on Friday night, making that save.
Face-off won by the Razorbacks. An interesting note for some of our listeners that may remember him from last year, Cameron Busher, who I think he was a color commentator for a few games last year. He actually went to high school with both Jacob Brown and Michael Tallow on the Razorbacks. And I know Cameron's at home watching in Los Angeles, but a hello to Cameron. Not sure how much hockey Cameron's been watching out in L.A., but that's all right. Played in behind the Razorbacks, looking for a wraparound. He'll center one in front up to Howes, and Howes had it poked away from him at the last second. Kept by Travis Robbins. A huge check right at the blue line. Down goes Temby. Up the ice goes Landgraf. Landgraf will slip around the defender. He's going to be at the circle. Leave one for Nitchin, who's headed on that save by Eklund. Another save by Eklund into the corner. Good first rush for Colorado. Just underway here in the first period. Behind the play, it sounded like Luke Gradisar got dropped in front of the Colorado bench. 14:36 remaining in our scoreless first period. Thomas Jarman will bring it over the line. He'll leave it onto the right side, where Brian Owen will hack at it before it's poked out to center ice. Luke Carter will send it right back into the offensive zone. D-to-D go the Razorbacks. To the corner is Austin Thelgis. Thelgis will send it all the way down the ice. Nick Bruce will chase after it for the Buffaloes. Icing called off on the speedy play by Jack Kritzer. Behind for Bruce. He'll leave it for Adams. Poked away from him. Bruce will go at it again with the backhand. Jumps free to Luke Carter, and Carter will advance it up the ice. David Coleman received the pass, but taken away from behind were the Razorbacks, and they'll dump it right back in. And we're seeing the same style of play from the Razorbacks. They'll really chase after you. They'll get a little bit of possession, and they'll send it right back into the zone and give you no opportunity to advance it up the ice.
They're trying to play really aggressive from what I've seen both on Friday and tonight so far as well. They're trying to make sure the Buffs don't have a chance to settle in. The Buffaloes are a very dangerous team. They can be if they get a chance to get their skates about them. But right now, Arkansas is just not letting that happen. They're playing aggressive. They're checking hard. They're trying to get to these pucks first and just throwing Colorado off their game.
Colorado deep in the zone. It comes out to Mick Bruce. He'll work up a slap shot. Blocked, though, by a sliding defender. I believe that was Jack Kritzer on the play. It was.
It's a good way to earn points with your goalie, sacrificing your body like that. I'm sure he appreciates it.
Brian Owen will take a shot from the near side. It's poked away behind by Eklund. 13:08 remaining. First period action. Razorbacks and Buffaloes on Monday night. Thank you for joining us. I know Monday Night Football versus Monday Night Hockey in America is a tough sell, but we appreciate your viewership. A special hello to all of our listeners down south in Arkansas. We do apologize that we couldn't broadcast on Friday night. It was midterms week here at CU Boulder, and our entire crew was gassed. So we gave them the night off. What a nice day. But actually, it really would have been a great broadcast. As again, if you missed Friday night, the Razorbacks won 3-2 in a shootout. Yep. And Colorado, with the loss in the shootout, makes them 0-2 all-time at home in the shootout as the Razorbacks have iced the puck. Got any comments or questions or anything to say during the broadcast? Well, we're on Twitter, and we check the Twitter feeds. Tweet at me on Twitter, @Joe Paris, and there you go. That's me in the bottom corner. That's really what I look like. Derek made that graphic last night. It's probably one of the best pictures of me that exists, except for the one that we just posted online.
That was pretty good.
So make sure to send those comments on Twitter, and we'll make sure to address them or answer them or give any shout-outs because it's fun. I like reading Twitter. Up the ice come the Razorbacks. They'll be played by Trent Edwards. Edwards, who was actually having a hard time finding a jersey to wear before the game. He actually came up for warm-ups wearing a practice jersey before Eric Kardash, who is on the IR right now, decided to give him his. Wearing Pierce Mandy's jersey tonight is Joseph Marchese. The freshman will play it into the zone. Pierce is hopefully set to come back soon. Later on in the season, Marchese will throw it on net. Eklund will save it there and hold it. 12:01 remaining in our first period. We are scoreless. Some fun back-and-forth action. And to be completely honest, I think everyone was shocked on Friday night when the Buffaloes dropped in a shootout to Arkansas. Because when the Buffaloes traveled down, I think we weren't technically, I don't think we were in Fayetteville. I think we were closer to Bentonville. I know we were at the Jones Center. I apologize, I don't know what town that was in. But the Buffs really, they ran up and down the ice, and they won a game 9-1, and they really made a statement. But to come back and beat Colorado in their own building makes an even bigger statement. The unranked Arkansas Razorbacks came into Boulder, and they played a masterful defensive game. Palanchik will give it up as it comes out to center ice. DeGee to go the Buffaloes. It'll be dumped in. Bradford had a piece of that one as Palanchik will chase after it. Against the boards, it's swung on net. Marchese's pass goes in behind a Palanchik, broken up. Robinson along the boards, loses it up the blue line to Hefter, who sends it right back in. Centered in front. Bradford couldn't get a piece of it. It'll be sent off the ice, and it looks like there could be a break for Robinson. Robinson's got Hefter on his tail, goes into the corner. Robinson will backhand it away to the corner. Going after it will be Ryan Marcus. The captain will set it up the side of the boards before it's picked up by Matt Anders. The duo of Anders and Bauer will lead the rush for Colorado. Anders will be shouldered down into the glass. Down low is Chris Green. Green will break up the play to Marcus, who takes a big check. Burkemper let him know he's there. Broken up by Anders. Anders will walk in 1-on-2. Green, though, will force him to the corner. 10:47 remaining in the first period. Burkemper out to the blue line to Bruce. Bruce goes D to Adams. He'll send one through some traffic. Never made it through to the net as it was deflected to the corner by Green again. Flipped up, and Adams will have the puck jump over his extended skate. He'll chase after it. Trailing him will be Landon Howes. Howes will back off as the Buffaloes will set up the breakout. It's handled by Burkemper. He'll leave it for Anders. Burkemper will recoil. Flipped out to Anders again. Along the boards is Burkemper again. Burkemper looks to center it in front. Deflected by Felges. Razorbacks will take over from behind the net. Corey Delia will swing at it, but Anders will retake possession. He's looking down low. He finds Burkemper, who sends one on net. And a save by Eklund. Eklund is hot again tonight. Again, he made over 60 saves on Friday night.
The thing you don't want to do that it seems like Colorado's done a couple times early here is give the goalie easy saves. That's a great way to get his confidence up, and you just mentioned it. He's already looking more comfortable in these first 10 minutes of this first period here. because Colorado's given him a couple of easy chip shots right into his chest. So, if I'm Colorado and I'm on the ice, I'm trying to mix up my shot selection. I'm trying to pick different corners. I'm trying to make him move so that way he doesn't get comfortable, and then maybe I have a chance to put one behind him tonight.
Buffaloes will lead the rush. It's John Nitchin. Nitchin will come away all out of the corner. He looks to the blue line to Dora, who's slowly tracing backwards before it comes to Jarman. Now to Edwards. Edwards, formerly with the El Paso Rhinos, will set it in down deep for Thomas Jarman. Buffaloes come out of the trenches with the puck. Nitchin tried to center it in front. It went off the stick of an extended Razorback defenseman. Razorbacks will break up the play. They've got a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Misplayed, though, at center ice. Edwards will play it forward to Jarman. Jarman will leave it. Now to Nitchin, and it'll be jumped on top of by Oliver Eklund. 9:04 remaining in our first period of play. 0-0 score from Boulder, Colorado. A fun start to this one, though. I mean, there's a lot of action up and down the ice.
Yep, both teams definitely moving. Trying to get that first one. That first one's the most important one sometimes.
Coleman goes down. Puck still in the zone before it's walked out by Matt Robinson. Robinson will send one on net. Champagne will make the save. We'll play it to the boards before it's deflected away by a number of bodies. Glove down and ping-ponged along. Slides into the slot. Coleman tries to kick it. Deep into the corner it goes. Brown centers one in front. First one there, though, was Edwards. Kept it at the blue line, and a shot on net off the stick of Robbins will be held onto by Colin Champagne.
Champagne's looking good earlier. There's been a couple shots that it didn't seem like he was quite expecting, that he was able to react to pretty quickly. It looks like he's got about his wits about him tonight. And hopefully he can continue that, make some more good saves, and maybe he gets that 60 save number tonight.
8:38 remaining in the first period. We're scoreless from Boulder. Joe Paris and Derek Michelson alongside the entire crew from Boulder on Monday night. It's Monday Night Hockey. We thought about having a mock-up of the Monday Night Football promo thing, but we didn't know the legality of that whole thing, so we backed off on that.
Yeah, and NFL probably wouldn't have taken too kindly to that.
The NFL doesn't even like when their highlights are retweeted on Twitter.
No, they don't. Yeah, taking accounts down, although they allege that wasn't them.
It was someone.
It had to be.
Meanwhile, on the hockey surface, the puck is played out to center ice. Luke Carter tries to center one. Broken up on the play. Doyle couldn't quite catch up to it, and the Razorbacks will head the other way. Left on to the left side for Howes. Howes tries to center one in front. Walking around a defenseman is Marcus. Marcus shot on that is kicked away by Champagne. A rebound and a glove save by Champagne. Oh my, highway robbery. Landon Howes had 80% of the 4x6 open there, but Champagne got the glove there just in time.
Phenomenal job pushing across that crease by Champagne, making sure that he was there to make that save on that backdoor shot, because like you said, it was wide open from where we were sitting even.
Deep on the other end of the ice, the Razorbacks will break out of their own zone. Hefter will chase down as Mason Brower will send it into the zone. It's immediately sent right back out by Hefter. And the puck will be sent out of play. What a save by Colin Champagne, one of his best of the year. I mean, he flashed the leather there. It's not like he caught it either. He got the back of the glove up and deflected to the corner.
That was just one of those, let me hope part of my body gets in the way and stops us from going in. But it worked out for him. It was a great save. Looked great. Hopefully we got that on video. I want to see a highlight of that, maybe played a few times.
That'll be in the year-end highlight video.
There you go. Just that one save. That one save.
That's it. We'll just replay it about 50 times. Hopefully there are other good ones this year. Then again, if they're all really just solid, normal saves, that's good news too.
Yep. Get a few goals in there instead.
Bruce will take the puck away from Kobo, and the Buffs will lead up the ice. Marchese from the top of the circle will swing one wide. Rebound comes out to Matt Adams along the boards. He fakes a shot. He plays a shot in down low to Bradford. Bradford will receive the puck on the front of his stick before going to the backhand where Marchese had it momentarily. Eklund will play at the side of the net to the corner it goes. Puck squirts free out of the pile, and Eklund will jump on top of it. A little odd play. I don't know how the puck advanced itself to that part of the ice.
Not sure. I already had a little bit of extracurricular there after the play. See if that develops into something. I know on Friday it got a little chippy towards the end of the game, but hopefully nothing too serious happens. Looks like we might be getting a penalty coming up here too.
And it looks like we are going to get our first penalty of the night. To the box goes Austin Thelgis. Thelgis is going to get a 2-minute minor for something. I didn't see the signal from the referee, so we'll hold here momentarily. Either way, though, Colorado will go on their First power play of the night.
See if we can pick up the call from the PA announcement here in a minute.
They had a late power play late in the third period on Friday night. They could not convert. The box defense by the Arkansas Razorbacks on Friday night was astounding. Roughing penalty it is. So foul just 2 minutes for roughing. The Buffaloes start their power play. Minute 43 remaining on that. 6:21 remaining in our first period of action. Gloved and put down to the ice by Anders. He'll set it for Alex Temby. Anders will walk in before putting it into the corner for Bauer. Bauer will glide to the circle before exchanging again to Anders. To the point, it's Temby. Touched in front by Bergkemper. I believe Bergkemper actually got a good chunk of that puck trying to set it the other way, but never made it through. Champagne from his own zone will send it all the way out again to Chris Bergkemper. Anders loses it against the boards, and it'll be flipped out by Van Ruin.
Arkansas able to clear it out for the second time, but Colorado looking really, really calm on this power play. Hopefully that can turn into something for them. Try to take advantage and not stress too much about getting shots on, but getting the right shots on.
A minute remaining here in the power play. Anders will bring it up. Through the slot he goes. Leaves it for Bauer. Bauer kicked it to himself. Wiping out into the corner. Off screen was Anders. He took some contact. Anders, though, recovers and picks up possession. Doesn't get all the pass before it's broken up by Bauer. Bauer will take it to the boards. It'll be wrapped up alongside Green. And Bauer is down there. Bauer and Bauer. Bauer, though, will win that one. He'll play it out to the blue line. Kept in by Hefter, though. Tempe sends one on net. Kick save by Eklund. Off the back of a defender. Shuffled around the boards for Bauer, who will send it out to the blue line, and Tempe unable to catch up for that one. Will have to regroup in his own zone with 18 seconds remaining on the power play for Colorado. Under 5 to go in our first period. Scoreless in Boulder. It's an awfully eerie period as we saw on the third period on Friday night. No scoring. The Buffaloes with a lot of chances, but unable to convert. Bruce from the boards. Sends one through some traffic. Saved by Eklund. And it'll be played out. Fresh out of the boxes, Robinson. Robinson will send one from straight away. It goes just wide. Adams will play at it to the corner. Robinson, though, will tie him up. Number of bodies exchanging into the corner. Jarman will come in down low. Shovel boarded by Delisle in. Landgraf loses the puck along the boards. Trickles down into the corner where Adams will chase after it again. Kept in by Van Ruin. Van Ruin sends one towards the net. Don't believe it actually made it to Champagne. And it'll be flipped up out of the zone. Played in. After it comes the Buffaloes. Trent Edwards will collect it for Colorado. And Derek, you know what I just realized? We talked about this on Friday. These jerseys that the Razorbacks wear are oddly similar to the Chicago Blackhawks outdoor jerseys that they wore a few years ago.
Yeah, and I think somebody on CU's roster, I can't remember who, mentioned they looked a lot like Ottawa Senators jerseys as well.
That was probably Coach Phil Struchter. I really like their jerseys a lot, though.
They do. I like the old style. You know, it's nice to see that refreshing, kind of throwing it back style once in a while. Everybody's trying to do the next coolest thing, the Oregon model, if you will.
Yeah.
But Arkansas is looking good out there with those.
They're really simple jerseys. They've got the beautiful cursive A.
The script A, I think.
Is that what they call it?
Script, yeah.
I like the jerseys. I think they're a good getup.
I will say I'm a big fan of CU's new helmets. I mean, last year they pretty much rocked exclusively black helmets. They did that for the first couple games this year. I think they just got these white buckets in and looking good out there.
Now, the rumor has it that Colorado's new jerseys, their third jerseys, they're in, but they need to get the embroidery on the back. So hopefully the embroiderer will work fast so they can debut this weekend when Colorado takes on their in-state rival, Colorado State. Make sure to join us on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday night here at home, we'll have the broadcast for you, and we'll have some kind of a broadcast for you Sunday. In come the Razorback. Shot on it as a save by Champagne. A good play by Gradisar. Lead of the rush. Kept in, though. Another shot goes just high. Razorbacks are feeling it. Poked away by Champagne. Dora will take it from his own zone. And the Buffaloes have dodged a bullet there. Coleman will chase in. He'll take a shoulder before losing possession of the puck. Down low is Thelgus. 2:32 remaining in our first period. Still scoreless in Boulder. Glove down by Dora. He'll send one through some traffic. Saved by Eklund to the corner. And the puck will be played up and out of the air. It will be deflected, so I believe the faceoff will be staying in the zone. But again, Saturday night from the Rec Center. Join us. We'll have the broadcast for you. And then Saturday from the Budweiser Event Center. It's 50-50 right now if it's radio or video, so we'll have at least one of them.
We'll see.
Depends. Derek's got to get in touch with them.
I'm working on it. trying to work those connections there.
2:14 remaining in the first period. Bradford. He'll be roughed up against the boards. Sends one on, well, I would say on net, goes just wide of the net. Colin South will take some contact in front of his own bench. Puck held up right in front of the Razorbacks zone. Looks like the Hanson brothers there, the three of them going after Andrew Bradford right against the boards. Razorbacks come out of the pile with that one. Puck will park in behind the Colorado net before Alex Temby will pick it up, and here he goes. Temby, who went coast to coast last weekend against Illinois State, and a very pretty play. We'll take it all the way down, and oh boy, he checked Colin South hard into the boards on that one, and he's going to get a penalty.
That looks like we might need a trainer out here for this one. That
oh
was
boy,
a pretty big hit.
Oh my. Colorado athletic trainer Jacqueline will come out onto the ice. Colin South took quite a check into the board. It looked like his back had turned at the last seconds, and I believe Alex Temby's probably going to get a 5-minute major on that one.
For those of you watching at home, if there's a concerned parent maybe out there, he does appear to be moving his neck, and he's kind of propped himself up on his forearm. So hopefully nothing too serious. You never want to see somebody go down and out for the year. But it looks like he's at least got some movement. Jacqueline just getting there now, so we'll see what happens with that.
And a 5-minute major is up on the board, so Colorado will be shorthanded for a major penalty, but I mean, it didn't look malicious. It looked like, a normal hockey play. It didn't look like he was chasing after him or headhunting.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's an aggressive play. You know, you hate to see somebody go down, like I said earlier, but at the same time, it's aggressive play. It looks like he's popping up to his knees now. He might be slowly getting his wits about him here, but it's one of those things. Sometimes just take that hard hit into the boards and leaves you a little dizzy afterwards.
Yeah, he's going to feel that one in the morning. He looks to be all right, though, as he skates off on his own power. I assume he's going to go to the locker room.
That's what it looks like. Looks like, yep, they're opening the door for him. He's heading right over there. I think Jacqueline's going to go with them, so try to get an update for you guys at home. If anybody is out there concerned, wondering what's going on, we'll try to get an update for you here at the intermission in about a minute 36 seconds here in the first period left.
It was Colin South who got hit on the play. Alex Temby delivered the check, so he'll go off a 5-minute major for boarding. So a power play for the Razorbacks with the minute 36 remaining. This is a major penalty, folks, so it will run its entire course. An opportunity for the Razorbacks to step ahead.
Oh.
And out of the zone comes Colorado. Wiping out on the play was Doyle as he took some contact coming out of the zone. Minute 24 remaining in our scoreless first period from Boulder. Monday Night Hockey. Thank you for joining us. Over the red line come the Razorbacks. It'll be pushed in off of a hard check. Marcus will advance it forward, but it'll be slapped at it by Adams, and this one will come down the length of the ice. Eklund will leave it there. Buffaloes will go off for the change, so a new group will jump on with a minute remaining in our first period. To the near side, it's Velgis. Velgis will loft it into the corner. Chasing after it will be Corey Delisle. Delisle will one-touch it up the boards. Marcus takes a hard check from Nick Bruce. Gradisar will chase after it as Colorado will set it from out of their zone down the length of the ice. 40 seconds remaining. 4 minutes remaining on the major penalty to Alex Temby. He'll come out of the box later on in the second chapter of our game tonight. Played up the boards to Brown. Brown deflects it over to Adams. Champagne from his crease will play it to the boards. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Down low are the Razorbacks. Brower held up down low alongside Adams. Burkemper down there for Colorado, looking like he's going to try and wrap it up and kill off the remaining 10 seconds. Coming out of the pile, though, are the Razorbacks. A play intended for Foskey, though, will come all the way down the length of the ice. And that'll do it for our first period in Boulder. The buzzer will announce the end of our first 20 minutes of play, and no damage on the scoreboard. A 0-0 contest.
No, it's been fast, though. It's been a good game so far. One thing I noticed, I was trying to time it actually here with my watch a little more recently. Started picking up on it, but Arkansas was definitely trying to do short changes there at the first part of the game. I was noticing 40, 45-second shifts there for their lines. They were coming in and out really, really fast. I'm not sure if that's a a strategy to try to overcome potential altitude pullbacks, in the sense of they've been up here for I think 4 days now playing games, so it's got to be wearing on those guys, and they look like they're coping with it pretty well so far this first period. We'll see if they stick with that strategy. Those shifts started to get a little longer towards the end of the first period. I was noticing about a minute to a minute 15-second shift, so not too much longer, but they're not sure if that's something that they're intentionally doing to try to overcome something, or maybe just try to keep the freshest legs possible on the ice.
Intermission time in Boulder. We're going to step aside. Blue Jays game coming up in 20 minutes, so I'm going to go watch some pregame of that. Big game tonight in the ALCS. My Toronto Blue Jays trail 2-0 to the Kansas City Royals, so a big night in Toronto sports.
2-0 in the series, right? Not in the game.
Oh, no, 2-0 in the series. The game hasn't started
yet. Wanted to clarify.
We got to clarify that. I'll be watching that game closely. Anyways, we're going to step aside. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second period. You're tuned to livestream.com. Tonight's broadcast sponsored to you by Radio 1190, KVCU Boulder, the AM Revolution, the ultimate mixtape. Check them out online at radio1190.org for all your University of Colorado sports, music, and entertainment coverage. All the greatest things that you want. Intermission in Boulder alongside Derek Michelson. I'm Joe Paris. We're going to step aside. Make sure to keep the conversation going on Twitter. At Joe Paris, at CU Buffs Hockey. We'll read your shout-outs, questions, and comments on air. Don't go anywhere. 0-0 after 1. Welcome back to Boulder, Colorado. Second period set to start here. 0-0 hockey game. Joe Paris, Derek Michelson from the beautiful University of Colorado Rec Center. Thank you to everyone who's been tweeting with us throughout the game. We love twittering with you. On a serious note, though, we got an update on Colin South. I went down during the intermission and talked with our trainer, Jacqueline, and Colin is alert, and he was talking with the trainer. That's really all the information I have for you right now. We'll go check in again during the second intermission and let you know, but he does seem like he's okay. You went down and talked to Jacqueline also.
Yep, I did, and kind of similar thing. She said that he was okay, he was alert, feeling better when he got to the locker room. So, I mean, that's a 10-step walk, basically, from the moment we saw him leave the ice, and that amount of time he was already feeling better. Jacqueline did say he wasn't necessarily ruled out for the rest of the game. She couldn't give us a lot of details, obviously, kind of that doctor-patient confidentiality. I know she's not a doctor, but
she's
rules apply. Same rules apply.
She's a Jacqueline.
So, but yeah, so we may see him here in a little bit, a little later, but that still remains to be seen. She said she was going to go back in and assess him near the start of the second period, but we had to be up here, so we didn't get that update. So we'll try to get more information as it comes available.
But good news. It's good news.
Yes, very much so.
He's good. He's talking. He's alert. He knows where he is. He knows his name. Those are all good things. So, all right, welcome back to Boulder, though. 20 minutes up on the board for our second stanza of action in Boulder. Joe Paris, Derek Michelson. On camera, Zach Medell. On social media, Kaylee Bryce. 3:24 remaining on the major penalty against Alex Temby for that boarding call. It'll be the Razorbacks that'll start this period on the power play. Underway under 2. 0-0 hockey game. The first Monday night game in Boulder I think we've ever had at the Division I level. I guess I've been with the team for 4 years now, and I don't remember another one.
Might very well be.
Doesn't mean it hasn't happened, though. I have been wrong a few times today, in general. All right. Played in deep by the Razorbacks. And this is kind of their MO as the puck goes back on the right side. Saved by Champagne. That one actually, I think he only got a piece of it, but they'll just send one on net. The Razorbacks, though, I mean, they come at you in waves. I mean, they may play defensive hockey for 15, 16 minutes out of the period. But when you least expect it, they're going to come jam it down your throat.
Yeah. And one of the things I saw in the first period, kind of thinking back on it here in that intermission, was that what they tend to do, and at least what they did in the first period, their strategy was just kind of dump it in, get a nice change, get some fresh legs, and as CU comes back down the ice, what they're trying to do is they're trying to force a turnover, and that way they have fresh legs to go back in, bring it into the zone, and play a little offense.
Thank you to Dave Robbins, who tweeted in during the intermission. The Arkansas Razorbacks play their home games in Springdale. Springfield is not. Springfield's in Massachusetts. Springdale is in Arkansas. There's also a Springfield, Missouri. But yes, thank you. The Jones Center, beautiful complex. I got to walk around that Jones Center. Really cool. I mean, I met some really nice people in there as well. Shot on net, saved by Champagne into the corner. But the Jones Center, where they play their home games, I mean, really some of the most friendly opposing fans I've ever met as the puck goes into the netting and out of play. Everyone was really nice. Really, that Southern hospitality, it extends to the hockey rink.
Yep. It's always a good thing when you go play teams from the South, as you said. I've seen and noticed similar things with other teams traveling with the men's lacrosse team, for example, here at CU and things like that. Couldn't agree more. I mean, you go down there and you're playing them on the field, but they're, offering you a meal seconds after the game and things like that. It's just great fans, and couldn't say enough about them.
We've been to other places of the country where it's not that way.
Yes.
Puck will be played out of play, so the faceoff will come to the neutral zone. 18:34 remaining in our scoreless second period. 1:58 remaining on that major penalty to Alex Temby. Again, if you missed it, Colin South, who took the tough check in the corner, is okay. He's up and alert. He was talking with the trainer during the intermission, and Derek says that the trainer actually said he is not actually ruled out for the game. So depending on how he feels, he may even return.
Correct. Yeah, not her words where he's not technically ruled out. So what that tells me, if I'm reading between the lines, is that more than likely he probably won't play again tonight, just as precautionary. But yes, he is doing okay, and there's a chance, theoretically, that he could return to the ice tonight.
Colorado doing a good job, though, on this extended penalty kill. Only a few opportunities throughout the entire thing. But Nitchin falls down behind the play, so it'll be a 4-on-3 as they come all the way down. Played off to the corner for the Razorbacks. The side of the net. A shot on net is just off the side of the stick. It looks like it might have been Corey Delisle that was down low there, who just got a piece of it. Not enough, though, to send that puck into the back of the net. But a really nice chance for Arkansas.
Must have some slippery ice right down there next to that's two players that have now fallen in almost identical spots.
Howes will bring it in. Stick check from Mick Bruce, who will play it off the boards, and this one will come all the way down the ice. Trevor Landgraf will race after it. Held up into the corner. Backhanded around now to the near side to Travis Robbins. 40 seconds remaining on the Razorback power play. It'll be Gradisar who will wrap it around the boards. Champagne loses the puck. Almost a dangerous play there as he went out of the crease and left the net unattended.
I don't think he saw the Arkansas player streaking down the side of the boards there, trying to get that puck. He came out to play that and left it wide open.
Robinson will send it in around the boards. Champagne again will just leave it there behind the net. Champagne getting his money's worth out on the skating facet of ice hockey tonight. One of the most mobile goaltenders I've ever seen. I mean, since his junior days. As Robbins takes it from the blue line, he'll send it in down low. Champagne used to play for the Boulder Junior Bison, and boy, he would make me nervous up in the box sometimes. He would skate very far out of his crease, but I mean, he could play the puck better than most goalies I've seen ever.
Sometimes that aggressive style works for you. Sometimes you need to go out and play it, and other times not necessarily, but at least he's not letting the play come to him, because that's when you can sometimes get in some dangerous spots.
Piner makes it work for him. A unique goaltender. Nice kid, too. 16:08 remaining in the second period. Power play has expired. We're back to even strength. Alex Temby out there on the ice. He's going to have some fresh legs after the extended seat in the box. Off the boards to Summerford. Summerford will leave the puck to the near side, and up the ice comes Gene Cabo. Cabo will leave it in behind, poked away by a number of Buffaloes. Brian Owen centers one in front to Coleman. Coleman couldn't quite receive the pass as it was on the forehand and slipped to the backhand. Luke Carter plays it out to the blue line. It's taken away, though. Up the ice comes Kyle Summerford. He leads the break. Summerford in, and he's going to get a penalty. He's going to draw the penalty. I don't know, and they're going to give him a penalty shot. Yes, they are. Kyle Summerford, who had a virtual breakaway, was being chased down behind by Trent Edwards and John Dora. And they're going to give Summerford a penalty shot.
It looks like Dora's getting the penalty here. I'm not so sure I agree with that one, Joe. I don't typically like to question the stripes here on the broadcast, but to me, it looked like Dora was even with them on that one, which doesn't necessitate a penalty shot like this. But I don't know about that call, man. That was definitely an interesting one. I didn't necessarily see it. Maybe the officials saw something a little different than us, but we'll see what happens here.
Summerford will advance towards the puck, and here he goes. Kyle Summerford brings it over the blue line. Comes in wide, fires one, it goes just wide off the mark. The first penalty shot of the year here at the CU Rec Center is off the mark. So the game will stay scoreless, and it's curious, actually. The Razorbacks put on quite a show in the shootout on Friday night.
They did. I believe they scored 2 on that one.
Two of their 3 shooters scored on Friday night. Summerford, though, sending that one wide.
Colorado going 1 for 3 on that shootout.
No, they didn't score one.
They did. They got one.
Did they?
Yep, they got one.
Who scored? I can't remember.
I don't remember who scored. I knew we got one, though.
All right, I didn't know who scored it. So scoreless. No damage done on the penalty shot, so Colorado will take it through the neutral zone. Coleman takes a huge check. Oh, my. He was lit up into the boards by Jesse Foskey. Out to the blue line. It comes to Edwards. He sends one on that, and a save by Eklund. 15:02 remaining in the second period. You can feel the energy of this one picking up.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, it's got to be adrenaline for the Razorbacks. I mean, they've got to be tired playing a whole series here in Colorado this weekend. They played Metro State the other night after they played Colorado Friday night. They won both games.
And you also got to take into consideration, too, that overtime and that shootout. You know, that's extra minutes that they're putting on legs. And, you know, granted, these guys train for that. They don't necessarily train at altitude, though. And I know that's a common excuse and a scapegoat a lot of teams like to use. But at the same time, you know, playing sports for most of my life at this altitude, there is a difference, especially when you're playing 4 games like that back to back to back. It's going to wear on you more than it would on, say, if Colorado were to play 4 games back to back to back to back like that.
Set it in front. The play was almost made by Gradisar to set it through, but was broken up at the last second, I believe, by Andrew Bradford. Razorbacks, though, will reemerge into the zone, and Marcus will send a tricky shot on net where Champagne will hang on to it. You know, you mentioned the altitude as the pushing and shoving begins outside the crease. I was walking by both benches before warm-ups, and I don't know who it was on the Arkansas end, but they were talking about, hey, man, do you feel it? I don't feel it. And both guys from the Razorbacks said they hadn't felt the effects of the altitude in Colorado, so they must be in good shape.
It must be, yeah. I've definitely known athletes that have come up here, and it's been a factor. Now, granted, is it enough to change the outcome of a game? Maybe not, but it's definitely been something.
Here comes Matt Anders. Anders will lead the rush. He sends it across to Bergkemper. Potts just off the mark. Out to Temby. Temby crosses it to Hefter. Hefter through the slot. Oh, one-timer for Bergkemper. He just misses. Anders from the corner. Puck will jump over to Eklund. I'm not sure how the puck got there as Jake Bauer crossed the net, and he'll be met with some Southern hospitality right outside Eklund's crease.
Puck went bouncing off one of Arkansas's defenders' sticks as they had it angled out and right over into the goalie, and just decided to clamp it, take the face off, and reset the defense.
Face-off played all the way back into the Colorado end. And for Arkansas, I mean, the story all weekend for them has been weathering the storm. Just weather that Colorado storm and hang on, and, I mean, they've done it perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where every now and then it can work to your advantage, but just waiting for your opponent to make a mistake, you know. Playing a sound game so you don't make any mistakes, and eventually somebody's going to make a mistake on the opponent's side, and that's when you capitalize, and that's when you can win those narrow margin 1-goal games, and that's how you can see a difference.
It's going to be race to the puck. Hefter will beat Robinson to it as he'll advance it through neutral ice. Back to his feet it goes. Bauer will bail him out as he plays it back to Alex Temby. 13-11 remaining in the second period from Boulder. Hefter will receive the pass and send one along to Bauer. Bauer can't get the angle around Kritzer.
Arkansas playing very physical in this period.
Puck held up against the side of the net, and I think Eklund actually has it covered, and he does, and that'll draw the referee's whistle. 12:55 remaining in the second period. 0-0 game. This is the longest scoreless streak of the year between these two teams.
I think it's I don't know about the road games at least, but as far as the home games for Colorado, I think this is the longest they've gone without a goal here at home as well.
The teams played down in Springdale. There was a lot of scoring in all 3 periods of both games. Not tonight, though. More of a defensive battle. The battle between Colin Champagne for Colorado and Oliver Eklund, the Arkansas Razorbacks. Eklund trying to follow up his masterful performance on Friday night in between the pipes. He's done well to do that so far. Adams from the blue line will send it in down low. Landgraf will chase after it as he deflects it to Mick Bruce, who will send a flying shoulder. My goodness, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that one. That would be it for me. Bruce over to Jarman. Jarman slings one on net, goes just wide. Mitchin will chase after it. Jarman will send a shoulder. He'll be backhanded out of the zone, and this one will come all the way down the ice. Adams got a piece of it, icing waved off. New line out there for both teams as Landgraf will get a piece of it. Eklund will come out of his crease to send it away to the corner. Howes will lose it as the puck will go up into the netting and out of play off of the stick of the freshman Luke Carter. $11:50 remaining in the second period. 0-0. Keep those comments coming on Twitter at Joe Parents at CU Buffs Hockey. Love to read them on air. Toronto Blue Jays game is just underway, so we'll be peppering in some score updates for that game. So hopefully you like baseball. Maybe not because you're watching a hockey game, but forgive me. Deep in their own zone are the Buffaloes. Carter will backhand it around the boards. Speaking of Toronto, that's where Luke Carter comes from. He played for the Toronto Patriots of the Ontario Junior Hockey League, where he was the captain. Patriots were their league champions. Carter's actually even on the front of the media guide for the OJHL. Now he comes to Boulder. His brother plays in Arizona. One of the places I believe Luke was looking at. So Coach Ballard was excited when he came on to find out that Carter was coming to Boulder. The freshman who, he showed what the future of this team's going to be. He is a very talented young man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the nice thing that for Coach Ballard there is, Boulder, it's almost a recruiting tool in itself. It's such a beautiful, I know I can't really see it here indoors on the hockey broadcast, but the Flatirons, everything around, it's a great town, very quaint, but it's still got a big enough feel where there's always something different to do. You and I were talking pregame about different activities we could explore on our off days here in Boulder. And
what off days?
Yeah.
There are no off days.
Might need one of those first.
Yeah, to go out and do an off day activity, you'd have to have an off day.
Yes, it's very true.
I'm not complaining, though. Bradford will play at it. The Razorbacks, Robinson takes it from the end line. He'll send one on net, and Champagne on. Oh, here we go. Champine's going to get his mitts in his face, and we're going to have a couple of bodies on the red line. John Dora on top of, I believe it's Michael Tallow.
Champagne, a fiery player. If you're going to be in his crease, expect something. I'm not going to call him a dirty player necessarily, but at the same time, he's a fiery competitor. So if you're in his face, he may not be the biggest guy on the ice, Joe, but he is gonna stand his ground.
Well, 2 years ago, when he was playing with the Boulder Junior Bison in the Western States Hockey League, he actually led the league for goalies in penalty minutes, from what I remember. Champagne is one of those goalies that in that league, when you were allowed to fight in the Western States League, as we're going to have matching penalties up on the board. I think Tallow's going to get one alongside Dora. Dora will get a rough, and not sure what Tallow's going to get, but it'll be 4-on-4 out there. But Champagne, anytime someone invaded his crease or he felt like he was run, helmet was off, gloves were down, and Piner was ready to fight. And I'll tell you, Derek, more than once, Colin getting into a physical altercation inspired his team to do something great on the offensive end.
Oh, yeah. You used to hear it all the time in the NHL. That's why those bruisers, those heavy hitters were around, is to try to get, if you were struggling, you needed that boost. That's why they were there. They were there to try to give you that and to get your team to rally around something. So, it's always good to have that type of competitor on your team who's just willing to give you every single ounce of energy and every ounce of their body they can to your team.
Up the ice to Andrew Bradford. It'll be slashed away to the boards. Bradford will go after it. 4-on-4 hockey, 10-19 remaining in the second period. And just to finish up Colin Champagne, every coach I've ever talked to in the conversation of Colin Champagne, I said he's such a competitor. He's not the biggest guy out there. He's not the fastest guy out there. But he's such a competitor that his will to win is what makes him, I would say, an elite goaltender in this league.
Oh, yeah. The cheesy saying, not the biggest guy, but the biggest heart,
Palanchik from the top of the circle, handle around two men, fires one, and he roofs it into the netting. Oh, boy, he had some daylight and just couldn't tuck it under the crossbars. That one went flying high into the netting and out of play. Face-off will stay here. 9:52 remaining in the second period. 1:23 remaining on the 4-on-4.
Colorado definitely a speed team, so look for that on this 4-on-4, this remaining 1:23 in that. They're going to try to just go full speed and just overwhelm Arkansas. So far, it looks like they've been able to do that in this 4-on-4. We'll see if they keep that up.
Referee needs a puck to drop down for the face-off. It's hard to play hockey without the puck as everyone lined up and thought, well, what's the delay? Referee Treziak will take his puck and drop it down to resume play. Remember, as at a high school hockey game where we ran out of pucks and had to ask a fan who had caught one to return it so that they could resume the game.
Did you give it back to him after the game?
I'm not sure. I actually took a late hit in that game and was concussed, so I don't remember
that.
I don't remember much, but I do remember that part.
That's a fair excuse. I'll give you that one.
That was the end of my playing days. So now I watch hockey because it's much safer from up here.
It's true. It's very true. You can see at home we got this nice, lovely net protecting the entire rink.
Beautiful net. Beautiful net. Razorbacks will bring it over the line. It'll be played off of Hefter's leg as it's taken over momentarily by Marchese. He'll send it all the way down the length of the ice, and this one will go for an icing call as Chris Green will touch up. You remember the days when icing you had to actually go down and touch the puck?
Yes, I remember those dangerous days. That's why they changed it.
Man. You remember some of those collisions in the NHL?
Yep.
These guys trying to touch up on that, and they just got throttled into the boards.
Oh, yeah, but you had to. It was one of those things where you just had to expect it. Whereas now, the rule is, for those of you watching at home that may not know, maybe not familiar with it, it's the first one to the closest face-off dot in that end. If it's the team that didn't send the puck down. So in our case, let's say CU sends it down and Arkansas is the first one to that dot, they're going to get the icing call. But if CU can manage to get to that dot first, icing is going to be cleared off and teams will be able to play the puck.
Hockey 101, a new series brought to you by Derek Michelson.
Glad I could help.
10 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Tempe will collect the puck from the neutral zone before taking some contact. Puck comes over the line, but Tempe is offsides as he's wrapped up with Makas. We're back to even strength as Dora and Tallow will come out of the box. Tallow straight out of the penalty box will chase after it into the corner. He and Nick Bruce will meet up against the glass. 8:18 remaining in our scoreless second period. Still scoreless.
It's a rarity here at CU. This will be interesting. That one goal could mean all the difference tonight.
Anders sends one off the post. Oh, it rang off the side. Just couldn't get the angle. This one will be flipped all the way down the length of the ice by the Razorbacks. Matt Adams will collect it back in his own zone. Whew. Anders a laser off the bar. Bauer looking for Anders. He'll find him there in the neutral zone. Touch pass to Mick Bruce. The defenseman into the zone. He'll leave it down to Bauer. Bauer backhand save, and he scores! They score! Oh, Eklund looked like he had it. He had it go under his pads, and it slowed it down, but the momentum trickled over the line, and Bauer will make it 1-0.
It's a great shot. Great stick work and passing by the Buffaloes on that.
Oh, and Eklund's got to be frustrated because he closed the pads on the 5-hole, and it looked like he had stopped it enough, but that one trickles over the line. 1-0 Buffs. 7:43 remaining in the second period. So Bruce will get the assist on the play. The defenseman actually created that play as he brought it into the zone. Quickly the other way, though, is Burkemper. He'll send one high on Eklund, who will make the save to the corner. Anders with it. Along the end line, back to Burkemper. Coming in is Adams. Adams will send one, and it's a save by Eklund into the netting again. Good play, though, by Bauer. I mean, he sent that one, the last possible second he could have gotten rid of that puck, he got rid of it. And it's 1-0.
A lot of patience on that. That takes a lot of patience. That's definitely not something you would expect from somebody new and trying to prove themselves out here. That's definitely
crafty vet move.
A veteran move, exactly.
Razorbacks, though, looking to respond. They've got a little bit of energy as Van Ruin will glove it down. Drummond tried to play it around him. Van Ruin, though, will block his progress. Meanwhile, it'll be Trevor Landgraf that will advance forward. He dances around and then sends one into the chest of Eklund. Somehow he comes out of the pile with it. Back out to the point to Dora. Dora with the blast. Sends through some traffic. Puck dropped down in front. Eklund will dive on top of it as bodies will crash on top.
I'm not sure what you're seeing, Joe, but to me, ever since that goal, these last few shots, Eklund's played a little wilder. You know, it seems like he's trying to make those saves now as opposed to just the save coming to him, if that makes sense to you. But
he's playing more aggressively, I'd say.
I was cautious to use the word aggressively because some of the plays he's making, some of the saves, he's given up rebounds we didn't see in that first period. So I'm not sure if that's a symptom of that goal and him trying to react now to that pressure of trying to prevent any more so his team can stay in it, or if that's just one of those things where maybe CU's taking different shots.
Buffs will send it in deep. Jarman from behind the net tries to center it to Nitchin. Broken up by a pair of Razorbacks. Dora, though, will keep it in with his foot at the blue line. Howes will slide towards it again as Landgraf on the second attempt will get it in down low. Buffs will go off for a change. New line out there. Trolling the end line is Brian Owen. Owen plays it over to Jarman, who will hack away against the boards with 6:09 remaining in the second period. Colorado on top, 1-0 at Jake Bauer goal. Edwards from the outside will send it on net. Eklund got a piece of it with his glove. To the blue line it goes again. Dora across to Edwards. Edwards through some traffic. It goes off the post. Oh, man, that took a skip off of a stick and touched the post on its way through. Dora again from straight away. That one goes wide. Might have gotten a piece of Eklund's pad as he slid to his left. In down low. Buffalo's going to work again. Luke Carter loses it. Flipped up. Kept in, though, at the blue line again by Trent Edwards. Across to Dora. Dora on the back door. Can't quite connect with Coleman. Owen down there alongside Carter and Coleman. Coleman now waiting at the circle. Alternating circles across the slot as the puck will finally come out of the corner. And the puck will finally come out of the zone. Buffs trying to re-enter the zone quickly to negate a Razorbacks change as the puck will be pushed in deep. Coleman will go after it. He'll backhand it over to Edwards. Edwards hits him with a return pass from his knees. A shot wide. Dora, though, will scamper over to the blue line and stop it right in front of his bench. Dora handles, looks for David Coleman, who went off for a ship. Dora, though, will send it right back in from center ice. And the Buffs will go off for a change. Palanchik and Bradford, the duo on the forecheck. Puck flips all the way out to center ice. On the back door, some good passing by the Razorbacks. A shot on net is blocked away into the corner by Champagne.
Very similar play to what we saw on CU's goal there. Arkansas definitely had a great chance, great look on that shot.
It was a quick rush that, just again, something out of nothing. All of a sudden they had 3-on-2 numbers and they pushed. Temby in the corner. Brown will take it away from him. Comes out to Palanchik, though. Palanchik will backhand it into the Razorbacks bench. Narrowly avoiding it was head coach Brian Galini.
You know, Joe, what I'm really interested to see the rest of this period and into the start of the third, is how Arkansas reacts and also how CU reacts. You know, Arkansas on Friday night, they drew blood, so to speak. They showed that CU came into that game undefeated, and they showed that they can be beaten, albeit in a shootout after overtime, but beaten nonetheless. And so I think Arkansas, I'm curious to see if they start to feel pressure now to maybe put up a similar performance as to Friday, and if CU also starts to play a little looser now that maybe that monkey's a little off their back because they have the lead right now.
First lead Colorado's had all weekend against Arkansas. I guess all weekend's a little misleading. They've only played 2 games. This is the second game. Puck deflected into the netting out of play. 3:47 remaining in the second period. 1-0 Colorado. A Jake Bauer goal. He snuck it past Eklund. I thought Eklund had made the save. I just assumed Eklund had made the save after the way he's played.
Initially. I definitely did too initially. Bauer is chirping with some of the Arkansas players here.
I got chirped on campus today wearing my Blue Jays hat.
I was walking with you. We were headed back towards the game, and I guess we had an opposing fan walking past us tonight.
He was pretty aggressive, too.
That was.
Just Joe walking on CU Boulder's beautiful campus. The shot on net is consumed there by Eklund. He'll hang on top, but yeah. I'm just walking with my Jays hat going to the rec center to do the broadcast, and this guy just starts chirping me and Derek.
Imagine if you would have had your jersey instead of just your hat.
If I would have had my jersey, it would have been gloves off. It would have been just Derek tonight. I would have been in prison. Speaking of the Jays. Face-off won by Colorado. Hefter from the blue line will walk in over to Anders. Anders puts one on net from the high slot, deflected in front by everything in front of it. Anders again will play to Hefter. The two teammates that played together with the Boulder Junior Bison in their youth days. A shot on net from Temby. Scattered away by Eklund. Temby will recover and play it against the glass. It's Chris Burkemper. Burkemper on the glass. Temby will send another one, and it'll be kicked into the netting and out of play.
Colorado really overloading one side of the ice every time they get it along the boards. Even down behind the net near the slot, things like that, they're really, really pressing one side of the ice, trying to put as many bodies as they can over there to get different looks, short passes to quick shots.
Score update, the Kansas City Royals lead 1-0 over the Toronto Blue Jays in the bottom of the first. Bruce from the blue line will send one through some traffic to Jarman in the corner. Jarman will send a slap shot. It goes just wide. Puck kept in, though, at the blue line by Bruce. Down low to Trevor Landgraf it goes. Broken up, but lost in front. Jarman can't sneak it home. Landgraf avoids collision, then takes one. Adams will try to chop one through, and the Razorbacks will flip it all the way down the length of the ice. It will be Makas who had it momentarily before Landgraf will take it away with 2:36 remaining in the second period. Nitchin will send it over to Jarman. Jarman will handle around a defender who has it poked away just at the last second. Buffs stay in down low. It's Nitchin. Nitchin will take a double team, but has the puck go off of his chest, playing off the stick of Howes. To the blue line it goes to Bruce. Bruce will sling it through some traffic. Jarman got his stick on it as it traveled through the slot. Poked off the boards and out to Mick Bruce. Buffs will bring it in deep. Coleman alongside. Looks like Chris Doyle down there. Talked with Chris's father actually during the intermission. He's excited that his son, a freshman, gets to play this year. Centered in front and played towards Eklund. To the boards it goes. Bruce will come after it for the Colorado Buffaloes with 1:40 remaining in the second period. 1-0 Buffs. Broken stick out there. Can't tell whose it is.
Looks like it's Bruce's. He's heading off right now. Oh, got a new stick instead. Staying on the ice.
Good eye, Derek. Lofted in by Summerford. Summerford, who had the penalty shot earlier. He's got to be thinking, man, I wish I had that one back. He's sent it wide. Down the ice it comes to Doyle. Doyle's got a 1-on-2. He uses his shoulder to get in on the angle. Can't pull the trigger. Back to Doyle. Doyle will wrap it around the boards. After it comes Edwards. Edwards down low now with Luke Carter. 1 minute remaining in the second period. From his own zone is Gene Cabo as puck will come out to the blue line. Palanchik will take a shot. Blocker into the netting and out of play by Oliver Eklund. I'm not keeping track, but he's got to have at least 30 saves here tonight, at least.
At intermission here, we'll go check, but I couldn't agree more. I think he's right around that number.
And Kathy Kritzer says, go Royals. Thank you, Kathy.
I gotta agree with Kathy on that one. I spent some time living out in Kansas City, so I have to throw a shout out by default there on that one.
Just the lonely Toronto kid.
That's true.
Just here in Boulder.
Yep. I have seen actually a couple different Jays hats up here in Boulder, so you're not alone. You just got to find your group.
Played it in the netting out of play. I've realized in Boulder, at least, it's just trendy to have a Toronto Blue Jays baseball cap. So when I say hi to someone on campus and say, what do you think about the game last night? They said, I just like the hat.
Yeah. Boulder's a trendy town, trying to stay on those trends. So if the Jays are trending, basically if it's trending on Twitter, Boulder's doing it.
It didn't happen on Twitter? Did it even happen?
I don't know. It's got to have. Based on their streak that was towards the end of the season there, it had to be trending on Twitter at some point. So Boulder noticed and took an action.
.2 seconds left in our second period. 1-0 Colorado. Razorbacks have iced the puck, so the faceoff will be deep in their defensive zone. Flipped up and out of the air. You can see that the Razorbacks are just sending a runner on every breakout play. They're just sending a guy in the hopes of maybe drawing a breakaway like they did earlier. It was Summerford that had a breakaway, and he stripped down from behind. He got a penalty shot.
couple of buffs run into each other there at center ice.
Palanchik, meanwhile, will try to negotiate a triple team. He'll leave it for Hefter. Hefter walks in on the back door. Oh, it's kicked away at the last second. Otherwise, Palanchik would have had the whole 4x6 to shoot at.
Real dangerous moment. Buffalo's had essentially a 4-on-2 there for a second until it was brushed away.
That's the end of 2 periods of play. 1-0 in Boulder. Solid goaltending by Colin Champagne and a sneaky goal by Jake Bauer. Leaves it 1-0. Alongside Derek Michelson on color commentary. Zach Medell over on the camera and Kaylee Bryce behind me on social media. We're going to take a step aside, but when we come back, in about 15 minutes, we'll have that third period of action for you from the Boulder Rec Center. See you, Boulder Rec Center. Joe Paris signing off. 1-0 after 2. We'll be back after this. That was some pretty violent intermission music. Jeez. I didn't know that was on the playlist.
That was a little aggressive.
I didn't know that. I didn't make the playlist.
Getting everybody ready for this third period there, Joe.
All right. 2 periods of play have been completed. We've got one more 20-minute regulation period in this hockey contest where the Colorado Buffaloes lead 1-0 over the Arkansas Razorbacks. Score update. Kansas City Royals still lead the Toronto Blue Jays 1-0 in Game 3 of the ALCX.
ALCX?
What did I say?
It said ALCX. It's the CS.
Oh, Dak Dice is here too now. What's up, Dak? Oh, good. Dak just got done with the test, and he was here to watch the boys, so glad to see Dak. Dak's on IR for a little bit longer, but he'll be back, I promise. Anyways, bottom of 2. Guys on first and second for Toronto. Dulo got a hit. Best day ever. Anyways, I will call the hockey game. All right. Through 2 periods of play, though, Colorado leads 1-0 over the Razorbacks. Derek, your impressions of the first 2 periods of play?
First period and second period, very different for me. First period definitely seemed like the Buffs were a little more the aggressor. Second period, it seemed like until Colorado's goal, it was pretty evenly matched, and then Colorado went back on the attack. Arkansas, since they weren't able to just switch lines directly after dumping the puck in, because they were dumping it towards their bench, seemed like they had a little bit of a different strategy. It'll be interesting to see what they go with in this period, because like I said, towards the end of that second period, I really wanted to see how the teams would react to that goal. And now it seems like Arkansas has a bit of a different strategy. Let's see what they carry into the third period.
Underway in the third period, Joe Paris and Derek Michelson here with you on Monday night. Zach Medell on camera and Kaylee Bryce on social media. Thank you for all those tweets coming in. I'd love to see some more. Also love the chat going on in the live stream box. Anders will bring it up the ice to get things going. A shot on net goes just wide from Bergkemper. Tempe to Bauer to the corner. Now to Bergkemper. Bergkemper out to Tempe. Tempe walks it in. He'll leave it there for Bergkemper. Down to Jake Bauer. He'll sauce one through the slot. It'll be broken up, and out come the Razorbacks. Derek, you have the shots on goal for through 2 periods.
I do, yes. Colorado took 29 shots. Obviously, one got through, so 28 saves is what the official scorekeepers have. I'm not sure what you have if you're counting at home, but that's what the official scorekeepers say. And Arkansas was able to get 15 shots off since they have 0 on the board. It means 15 were saved, obviously. Also, an injury update. It sounds like everybody that's needed to see Jacqueline the trainer is fine. It was actually apparently a chipped tooth that occurred. I don't know who. I wasn't able to get the who, but a chipped tooth occurred from somebody. But everybody's okay, and just precautionary.
John Nitchin brings it up the ice. He'll leave it up the circle. He'll fire one on net. Saved by Eklund, and he'll hop on top of it as the net is dislodged as Jarman is driven through it. And Colin South, injury update from Colin South. He's being kept out as a precaution, but
yes,
he is okay.
Yes, yeah, that's what Jacqueline said anyway. Jacqueline, again, the trainer here at CU, she said that just based on kind of what she assessed, she advised that he remains seated for the rest of the game. So from what I understand, he's hit the showers, he's changed out, and he's watching the third period off the ice.
18:34 remaining in our third period. Buffs on top 1-0. A second period Jake Bauer goal. The assist coming from Mick Bruce. See if they're not going to hand out any penalties after Jarman got into it after the play. So we'll stay 5-on-5. John Nitchin will take the draw for Colorado. He'll be out there with Trevor Landgraf, as Jarman's actually going to come off the ice. It looks like his helmet got broken, so jumping on for him will be Brian Owen. And Landgraf and Nitchin will swap places. Razorbacks will win the draw, though. They'll send it out to center ice. Adams will chase after it as referee will call for an icing call, and we'll do it again.
Oh, it was just practice.
Just practice.
Just practice. Just talking about practice.
Practice? Talking about practice, not the game. Get it? Because Allen Iverson said that?
Yep, that's what I was going for. That's what I was going for. That was that reference. Threw it in there.
Yeah.
I heard your slap shot reference earlier. I had to throw in a sports reference of my own.
Landgraf will play one off the goaltender, Eklund. Kept in at the point by Bruce. He'll go in deep. Landgraf looks out to the point. He sees Adams. Instead, he'll go across the ice to Bruce. Bruce has it go off of his stick. You have to chip at it from the blue line. He'll go straight up in the air. Stick down, though, against the boards. Landgraf, shot on net, and this one's going to be a save by Eklund. Eklund has been solid. 18:03 remaining in the third. 1-0. Teams will both go off for a change. Modest crowd here on Monday night.
Good. Not too bad.
Bruce in from the blue line will send it to the corner. Deflected off of a number of skates before Gene Cabo will put it out to center ice. Dumped in by Summerford. Champagne will collect it for the Buffaloes and play it around the board to Coleman. Adams will chase after it. Bruce will stick it forward. Doyle will chase after alongside Bruce. Comes free, though. A shot gets kicked off by the pad of Champagne. Coleman will take a hip check. Puck advances forward, though, to Bruce. Bruce will take a shot off the defender. Gets his own rebound as Coleman will bail him out. Bruce will return to the blue line where Chris Doyle had taken his position. Played off the boards. Bruce without a stick is going to have to skate back after it. Razorbacks will go off for a change. Bruce will kick it off to the side for Edwards to hang on to it.
Second time Bruce has dropped his lumber today on the ice.
Played back to Chris Doyle. Doyle out to center ice. Pass intended for Coleman is off the mark. Dorr will handle around one defender. Will be held up at center ice. Marchese will take a look and get it forward to Bradford, who gets buried into the boards right in front of the Arkansas bench. Bradford, though, will pop right back up as the puck will be chipped out of the zone and come all the way down the length of the ice. This one will be good for an icing call.
I'm not sure if anybody at home was able to notice that on camera there. But I just saw probably the most favorite thing I've ever seen. Referee was skating around because the stick didn't actually break, so he picked it up, and the referee was skating around the ice. Just holding a stick. Looked like you might want to get in on some action there for a minute.
A lot of these referees are former players, so they know how to handle a hockey stick.
That's very true, yeah. He looked very comfortable out there with it.
Pokes away at the blue line. Here comes Ryan Makos. Makos gets slammed into the boards there by Bradford. Advances it down deep, though, as Dorr will put it to the corner. Van Ruin in behind. Looking for a centering pass. It'll be picked off by Bradford, and he'll chip it out to center ice. Kicked out, though, by Austin Thelgis. Thelgis to the left side. Batted forward. I think that was Luke Radishar that sent that one deep. Looking to the backside for Thelgis. Thelgis will push it to the blue line. Will miss away as Marchese will come after it for Colorado. Marchese will stick at it before the puck jumps over to Green. Palanchik and him will miss up at the corner. Set high and out to center ice where Alex Temby will receive it. He'll look to Hefter. Now to Bauer. Elects to go to Hefter, who will receive a one-touch pass right back into his zone. 15:39 remaining in our third period. Bauer over the cross now to Burkemper, who puts one through some traffic. Kick saved away by Eklund. Anders will receive it in the corner. He'll leave it there for Burkemper on the cycle. Burkemper will lose it before getting it to Anders. Bauer tried to hit him back on a one-time pass, and the Razorbacks will leave it up the ice. Robinson had that puck intended for him, but he didn't get a piece of it as the referee's got his hand up, and that's going to be an icing call. You can see again, it's not rocket science what Arkansas is doing. When they break out, they're sending a runner all the way up the center and looking to hit him off the opposite blue line and try to walk in on a breakaway or a one-on-one. Try to get open in some space.
Absolutely. That's definitely something you're seeing. Another thing I'm noticing, too, is we're seeing a lot of Arkansas taking shots on net, actually, from near the blue line. And part of that is to try to get the puck down lower in the zone, let some of their guys that were just subbing, because they're back to that quick line change that they've been doing, let some of those guys try to catch up, get to that puck that's down in the zone while the shooter subs out as well. But they're definitely taking some long shots, and I'm not so sure how much longer. If I'm the coach of Arkansas, I'm going to let that go without talking to my guys, maybe trying to get them to take some better shots, because as this game wears on, you're still down 1-0, and eventually one of those needs to find at the back of the net if you want to take this game into extra.
I think we're going to have a penalty on the play. A couple of bodies got wrapped up. I believe it was Jake Bauer for Colorado that ended up on top of a Razorback, so I think he may go off for a penalty, and indeed, Jake Bauer will. It's going to be a holding call, I think. 14:36 remaining in our third period. This will be the second opportunity for the Razorbacks on the power play. The first time they had the 5-minute major and were unable to do anything with it.
There's also the matching penalties, but
well, that is true.
Some 4-on-4 hockey.
Walking in will be Gradisar. Gradisar will recoil against the boards as Arkansas will set up their formation. Touch pass across, back to the near side to Theljes. Gradisar looks out to Theljes. And we got another penalty on Colorado, so Eklund will go to the bench. And we will now have a 5-on-3.
Colorado had their big bodies out there, some of the biggest guys they got on the roster out there trying to kill that penalty. We'll see what the strategy is here now with only 3 guys on the ice as compared to Arkansas's 5.
So this will be power play number 3 for the Razorbacks.
Correct.
0 for 1 with 2 pending.
Right.
There you go. It's all the math you need.
More math than I wanted to do today.
So it'll be Matt Adams that'll go off for holding. So 5-on-3 for a full minute 33. Razorbacks will hold the line. Bacchus will send a shot just wide. On the redirect, Howes was unable to send it home. To the blue line. Theljes back across the left side. Makos with another shot. That one's going wide. You can see that Makos is the one that is going to be firing away on this power play. Minute 09 remaining on the 5-on-3. Kept in by the captain, Makos. He'll put it across to Theljes. One-timer to Makos. Sends one through and a save by Champagne to the corner.
That was a great look. That's a look you want to take.
Again to Theljes. Theljes on the backside. Shot. It goes off the side of the net. Rebound. Oh, and a save by Champagne. They got a piece of the post as Champagne slid back to the left side.
Unbelievable. Just couldn't stuff it home. Had the entire net open. Just happened to hit the backside of it. It just was that close to tying this game up.
The post got most of it. I think Champagne got a little of it. Either way, no goal. Theljes on the back door. Looking for a shot on net and a save by Champagne on the doorstep again. In front, Makos, another shot and a save by Champagne. Puck still loose in the slot. Bouncing free. It'll come out to the blue line. 22 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Bending is the Buffaloes defense, but not breaking. Makos to the backside. This one is Gradisar. Anderson dove down to try and stick that away from him. A one-timer again and a save by Champagne. He'll hang on for the save.
I wasn't making tallies, Joe, but I counted in my head 9 shots there. 6 of them in a flurry of activity. Champagne doing his absolute best to stay upright and blocking those shots. You can see him now kind of bent over, just trying to catch a breath. He's about to take a nice drink of some water there, try to refresh himself, get ready for this next wave. We got 7 seconds left on that first penalty, 28 on the second.
Face-off is won back by the Buffaloes, and Tempe will send it down the length of the ice, so that'll kill off the 5-on-3. Officially, the Razorbacks 0 for 2 on the night. 19 seconds, though, remaining on another power play picked up by Bergkemper on the shorthanded. On the forecheck, he has to take it away from him. Colorado feeling it after that big 5-on-3 kill, but give the Razorbacks credit. Boy, they were firing away.
That's probably the most aggressive I've seen them all night. Now, obviously, there's reasons for that, but definitely a much more aggressive Razorbacks team there in that on those power plays.
Colorado back to full strength. Out of the box comes Bauer. So the Buffs perfect on the penalty kill here tonight, and Colin Champagne also perfect in net. Huge check down on the corner. Shot lofted from the outside off the stick of Green. Bounces around to the left side for Summerford to pinch in. Tempe will come up with it, though, behind the red line. Bergkemper will go back to Tempe. 11:48 remaining in the third. Sticked at by the Razorbacks through neutral ice. Deflected through. And swung back to Matt Hefter at his own blue line. After a cross now to Burkemper. Burkemper will send one in front to Anders. Anders will handle around a man. Fires one on net. Saved by Eklund. And he's on top of the puck. I'm not sure if he knows about it, but he is.
Champagne almost got caught hot dog in there, almost got caught in the Patrick Y, if you will, reaching for that puck, trying to flash the leather, show the glove, almost deflected it into his own net. If that puck had been maybe 6 inches lower, that would have gone straight into the top shelf of his own net. So he's got to be careful. It's great to be aggressive. I know we talked about that in the first period, but at some point he's got to also have good presence on the ice and know where he's at and what consequences may happen if he ends up tipping that puck into his own net.
11:28 remaining in the third period. Buffs still lead by a Jake Bauer second period goal. Out of the zone comes the Razorbacks. Sticked up the ice. Brown will chase after it. Played across the ice, though, to David Coleman. Coleman will sling it off the boards and take some contact. Deflected up the boards. Kritzer will play it out to center ice. Carter, though, the Toronto guy, will throw it all the way in. Toronto now leads 3-1 over the Kansas City Royals in the top of the third. Against the boards, the puck finally comes free. Trying to get a shot is coming around the corner. It's Brian Owen.
It's a great look. Had the entire backside of the net open. Had it not been for an Arkansas player diving down to block that shot, that could have also gone into the net.
Gradisar's shot goes high and wide. Center back in front to Gradisar. He takes a shot. Saved by Champagne. Well, Gradisar, he had an open shot in the slot, and you feel like he just didn't get all of that one.
Didn't get all of it. Also rushed the shot a little bit, Joe. I think if I were, it's easy to say from up here where you and I are sitting versus on the ice, but if I were him, I would have liked to seen him wait another split second to take that shot and try to stick it high, because Champagne was dropping because he expected that shot to go low where it ended up going. Part of that because he couldn't get a lot of power on it, but you could see him already dropping. If you wait one more second, you have him on his knees and he's exposing the entire top shelf of that net.
Time and space, a rarity in this hockey contest on the offensive zone for Arkansas. Time and space, I believe, also the novel written by Stephen Hawking. It's not about hockey, probably, but
probably not.
Sure, it's pretty entertaining.
If you can understand it.
Whatever. Palanchik throws one on net. It goes wide. Bruce from the blue line will push it in deep for Colorado. Bradford hung up in behind with Joey Marchese. Marchese will sauce it out to Matt Adams. Adams through some traffic, goes off of his skate, and Eklund will dive on top of it. Referee's whistle will announce the play is dead. But except for that one goal that barely slipped between the legs of Eklund, boy, has he looked good.
Yep, near perfect.
9:50 remaining in the third period. 1-0 Colorado. Face off. We'll stay here in the zone for the Buffs. We don't have the official shot count, but their shot total's got to be in the 40s.
Probably getting close to it, yep.
Bruce will send one in from center ice. Colorado offsides. They'll have to clear. Marchese will clear and coming on the forecheck. Off the boards it goes. Brower unable to grab it for Arkansas. Eklund will come out of his crease to leave it in behind for Austin Felges. Razorbacks will head up the ice. Dumped in deep. Champagne will come out of his crease to play it. Plays to the corner. Waiting for it there is Palanchik. Palanchik will walk back in behind his net. He'll glide it over to Marchese. Has it go off of his skate at a funny angle. Bradford, though, receives it. And we're going to get a hand pass called on Andrew Bradford.
Slightly different strategy already for Arkansas. Now, I'm not sure how much of that came from them just doing a line change right before that last face-off. But instead of just dumping or looking for a streaker, trying to break down the ice, as a team, they got it in the zone and tried to attack. So a little bit of different look from Arkansas, maybe trying to capitalize on a catching the Buffs off guard.
Puck will jump out of the face-off circle as Drummond will lead the rush alongside John Nitchin. Nitchin with a backhand, and Eklund will stay on top of that one. Some members from both teams will congregate in behind the red line to talk about some things.
Probably the plans.
Can only imagine what? Dinner plans.
Yep, dinner plans.
Dinner plans.
Got an earlier game today. There's time for dinner after the game.
I would recommend the Olive Garden of Boulder, but they are out of business.
Well, I know personally.
I was upset.
I worked there.
You worked at Olive Garden?
I did, yes.
In Boulder?
Yep.
Oh, my.
The things you learn every day, Joe.
Well, I'm sorry you lost your job there.
I transferred.
Oh, okay. Transferred to the club sports department at the university.
I did, yes.
Dish in the top of the slot goes on the back door to Jarman. Learn a new thing every day. Hashtag Color Analyst Resume.
There you go.
Nitchin from the corner. Plays it out to the blue line for Temby. Temby through some traffic as I think it was actually blocked in front by Mackus.
Yep.
And Eklund with a glove save off the shot of Thomas Jarman. 8:24 remaining in the third period. Still 1-0 Colorado. Nitchin will wrap up on the faceoff. Brown will push it forward for the Razorbacks. Unable to catch up to it is Robinson, and Brown was offside, so faceoff will come to the neutral zone. Some time will tick off. 8:16 remaining now in the third. You're really waiting for the Razorbacks to send that final push.
Yep. The question is, at what point does it turn into we got to score mode, desperation mode, as it were? You know, as much as you want to stick to the strategy you set out at the start of the game, at some point you got to just go all out attack to try to get that goal back.
It's pending. You can feel it coming.
Yep. The energy's definitely picking up.
Wrapped up down around the boards. Anders goes down as Green will collect it for the Razorbacks behind the net. He'll try to play it out. Pokes it to Summerford. Wrapped around the other way by Robinson, and here come the Razorbacks. Played out to center ice, stopped there by Bauer. Bauer will turn and go with Matt Anders and Chris Burkemper. Burkemper will send it across to Hefter. Hefter has it go off his stick, but keeps it in the zone. He'll backhand it away to the board. Summerford, though, will collect it for the Razorbacks and somehow advance it to Michael Tallow.
Colorado doing a great job protecting the neutral zone. These last couple of drives by Arkansas definitely had some chances looking backside. Some of their passes maybe just not strong enough, but Colorado knocking them down, keeping that control of the neutral zone and making sure that they have possession of the puck.
Icing called off as Hefter will chase back in behind the net of Champagne. Burkemper will receive it with 7 minutes remaining in our third period. This game went into a shootout on Friday night. Are we destined for another one?
Be fun to watch.
Bauer in behind the net will lose the puck, but Burkemper will receive a pass out of the corner. And I think we're going to get a hand pass on Colorado. Both referees have their hands up, and I think that is going to be a hand pass, not a penalty. 6:43 remaining in the third. Do the Razorbacks have one last offensive rush? Or can Colorado hold them off? Arkansas will win that face-off and chip it off the glass and deep into the zone. Chasing after it for Colorado will be Trent Edwards. Edwards, the 6'3", 200-pound defenseman. I believe he is the tallest member of this team, tied with Chris Burkemper. He's got quite a shot arc from the blue line. Puck will deflect off the body of Luke Carter and go out of play, so face-off will stay in the zone.
Colorado waving off icings, trying to kill an extra couple second or two behind the net, waiting for the rest of the guys to set up before they start attacking. Definitely trying to will this game to an end.
Colorado will be in action again on Saturday night here at the Rec Center. I love you guys watching the broadcast at home, but if you're in town, I would advise you come on down to the barn. CU versus CSU on Saturday night, the inaugural rivalry contest of this season. Then the two teams will do battle on Sunday at the Budweiser Event Center in Loveland. Hopefully we'll have a broadcast for you then. If not, we will definitely have a radio broadcast for you streaming online.
A rivalry definitely renewed, Joe. I think last year, I believe the series went 3-2 to Colorado last year.
I think it actually might have gone 3-2 or 3-1. I think Colorado actually, I know we won at home. We didn't win at the Budweiser event. We got blown out of the Budweiser Event Center last year. So
yep, but we did win at Pepsi Center.
Did win at Pepsi, and we did win up at the Fort. So
yep.
What numbers did we come up with there?
That sounds like 4-1.
4-1 maybe?
Okay.
And we're going to have a penalty on the play as David Coleman went knee-to-knee with someone, and he is injured. That does not look good.
Hurt. Yep.
And Bradford's going to get into it after the play. Well, that's the worst play. I mean, that's one of the worst plays in hockey when you see a guy go knee-to-knee. This penalty is going to be against Arkansas. I didn't see the back of the jersey, so I'm not sure who.
That leg looks limp.
Oh, but DC's he's having a hard time getting off.
Yep, he's getting help right now, struggling.
It looks like it will be Landon Howes. That will give Colorado their second power play. We hope Coleman is all right.
I'm no certified trainer or anything, but whenever I see a leg look like that, where it's limp, where you can only really keep it straight and you don't really have power pushing off, to me that spells ACL, MCL. And that's rough for DC, a guy that sat out almost all of last year with another injury, I believe to his shoulder last year. I hope he's okay. You know, I think he's a senior this year. You would just hate to see that.
No, I think he's a junior this year.
Is he? Okay. All right, good.
I think he's a junior.
So if something is wrong, he's got some time left. But it's gotta be frustrating for him sitting out almost an entire year, and if something is wrong here, potentially sitting out another year, I feel bad for him.
So power play for Colorado with 5:19 remaining. The Buffs can really take this game down close to the buzzer here. We're going to see a pretty aggressive penalty kill setup, though, for the Razorbacks. We'll see if they try to take some chances now. Jarman. We play it out to Landgraf. Landgraf to the blue line to Bruce, who loses control and have to bat it in down low to Jarman. Jarman will meet up with Summerford down low to the corner. Landgraf mets up with Nitchin. Almost played out, but kept in by Matt Adams. Bruce from straight away. He'll take a slap shot there. Kick save into the glass by the goaltender who has been hot, Oliver Eklund. Eklund again, that single mark against him. And he's got at least 30 saves tonight. Jarman trying to handle around Green. Puck comes through the slot, meets up at Jarman's backhand. He puts one through some traffic, and Eklund got a piece of that one. Jarman tried to leave it there. The Peter Forsberg-esque move, but Eklund got the left pad out just in time. 48 seconds remain on the power play. Adams from straight away. Shot goes just wide. Jarman with the rebound shot is blocked up. Landgraf out to Bruce. Bruce will walk it forward before going back to Landgraf, who brings it into the slot. Shot save again by Eklund as it goes wide.
Unbelievable. Saving through traffic. I mean, you couldn't even barely see that if you were him. Bodies in front of you all over the place. Unbelievable save.
26 seconds remaining on the power play out to Bruce. Bruce will survey the ice as he'll dance to the left. Bounces in behind now to Jarman. Jarman spins in front and sends it on net, and Eklund will have it go right into his chest pad and straight down, but a nice dance move from Jarman out from behind the net.
Yeah. Trying to get a little creative, see if we can sneak one by, because they've struggled Friday and tonight getting these pucks by him. And you can easily see why. For those of you watching at home, for those of you here, but you can't necessarily hear us, it's just watching him play has been something to watch. It's great to see this level of talent.
Tembe's shot is stopped up in traffic by Robbins, and the puck will come out to center ice. 6 seconds remains on the Colorado power play, so that'll effectively kill it off. Colorado falls to 0-2 on the night on the power play and have iced the puck with 3:26 remaining in the third. We'll see when Coach Brian Galini is going to take a timeout or pull his goaltender.
It looks like we got a penalty here, Joe.
Oh, we're going to get a penalty?
Looked like it. Got a ref point to the box there for a minute. Maybe not.
Robinson is standing in the entryway as he skates off. The penalty box is open.
Everybody's looking at each other. We're not really sure what's going on up here. Yeah. Looks like we're still trying to sort things out. Yep, we got an official put. Looks like he's pointing to the box here still.
And taking his place is going to be Jack Kritzer. I don't know what the penalty was for. Maybe too many men on the ice?
I wonder. Was it possibly? Oh, look, we got two guys in the box here now.
Oh, Kritzer and Robinson. No, they're going to. Okay, there's a.
We're just going to wait until this settles itself out, figure out what happens.
I'm not going to comment.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Zach Medell, our cameraman, he's laughing over there because
having a good time.
We're trying to figure it out. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Radio 1190 KVCU Boulder, the AM Revolution. Check them out online, radio1190.org or AM 1190 in Boulder and Denver.
I think ultimately the thing we figured out is Joe and I are not meant to be officials.
Definitely not. I could not be an official. So it will be Kritzer that's in the box. I couldn't tell you for what for.
We'll wait to hear from the PA announcer.
Derek will listen as I'll call the action as Anders will collect a pass from Bauer. I think it's too many men on the ice is what I heard. Is that correct? Yell at Zach. I can't hear you.
So it sounds like we got a delay of game.
Delay of game. Okay.
Yep. And that's what I was kind of wondering, because I think what I saw on that last clear that you thought was an icing
by Arkansas. What it looked like he almost picked the puck up and threw it with his hand down the ice.
To Anders it comes. He walks into the circle. To the outside. Hefter will fake a blast. Out to Dice. That's not Dice. That's Alex Temby. He's wearing Mac Dice's jersey. Old habits die hard. Down low. Chris Bergkamper will get laid out in the corner. Puck will bounce off a defender. As it slides towards the blue line, Bauer will collect it over to Anders again. Down low. Bergkamper. Top of the slot. Bauer fires one and it goes just high. Off the glass. The puck will bounce in front and it will jump into the glove of Eklund. What a play. And Troy Tulowitzki has just hit a home run to make the game 6-2 in Toronto. Tulowitzki, the longtime Rockies shortstop, got traded at the deadline, and now is doing some damage.
Joe's got some dance moves. For those of you at home, I know you can't see, but Joe is over here dancing up a storm. I am jealous, my man. I'm jealous. You got to teach
of
me
my
some
moves?
Of those. Yeah, you got to teach me some of those.
Oh, come on. Sent all the way down the ice. Champagne will collect it in behind. 36 seconds remain on the Buffs power play. Let's go, Blue Jays. Boom. Up the ice comes Colorado. Bruce will take it all the way in deep. He'll try to center one in front. And here come the Razorbacks. They're going to have a 2-on-1 shorthanded.
Colorado racing back, trying to catch up.
And broken up by Matt Adams on the play. Trying to send it across was Colin Young. And Adams put the stick down and broke it up. Almost a dangerous situation. But Adams broke it up just in time. 2 seconds remain on the power play, and this one will be sent all the way down into the Colorado zone. Minute 21 remaining in regulation. We'll see when Eklund goes to the bench. Ping pong through center ice, sent in deep. Chasing after it will be Matt Robinson.
You know, Joe, I'm not so sure he will at all. He's not even looking to the bench with about a minute left, and the bench isn't even looking at him.
Off a skate, it comes to the blue line to Austin Thelgis. In deep, puck is free in the slot. Shot on net, got deflected over to Jarman. Jarman will loft it out. Glove down by Brian Owen. Owen brings it in through the slot. He'll hand it around two defenders, and he sends one off the post. Oh, and the puck will dance in behind.
That was square off the post. That was loud, and it just fell flat. That was one heck of a shot right off the post.
Glove down at center ice by Gradisar. 37 seconds remaining. Eklund will look to the bench. We'll see if they'll send him. Dora now comes over to Coleman, who's back on the ice. Good. Coleman looks like he's all right. Pushed forward to Robinson. Robinson tries to put one in the slot. 25 seconds remaining. Colorado will come up with it. Eklund still in the net. Carter will bring it forward for Colorado. He'll leave it for Goldman. Coleman will play it into the corner. 15 seconds remaining. He'll center one in front. Played by Marcus. To the other end, it comes to Carter again. Carter will look to eat this one up. He'll pitch it in behind to Owen. Owen, is it taken away from him? 2 seconds remaining, and we're going to get a referee's whistle as the net was dislodged off its mooring. 1.8 seconds remaining in the third period. And unless something happens in the last under 2 seconds to go, Colorado's going to come away with a 1-0 victory. It wasn't pretty, but a win is a win is a win. A really good game, though, from Arkansas. The only thing missing on their resume for tonight's game was a goal. And the Razorbacks will win the faceoff, and the buzzer will sound to end our contest tonight. Final score in Boulder. Colorado 1, Arkansas 0. Jake Bauer, the only goal of the game, assisted from Mick Bruce. That's your scoring summary.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. That's very. I don't think we've had many 1-0 hockey games here in Boulder over the last 3 years. I can't remember almost any, actually.
We had a few last year that I remember.
Did we?
Not a lot, but we had some. And even if it wasn't 1-0, 2-1, very low scoring. But Colorado, from what I remember a lot of times last year and so far this year, tends to put up a lot of numbers on the board. Tonight only putting up one, but sometimes one is all you need, and tonight's a perfect example of that. Colorado doing a good job, making sure that they kind of recover from Friday, get back to their winning ways, and try to move on from Friday. Try to keep this going the rest of the season. Hopefully, this they can learn from this and build on this the rest of the year. Arkansas, no shame for what they did this weekend. You know, coming up to Boulder, taking it to a really strong Colorado squad, winning on Friday night, and today on Monday, sticking with them. You know, I mean, they were up here for 4 days, and they had to work just as hard as anybody else would have to work up here, coming away with some good wins. And tonight they were oh so close, if not for that one block pass in that third period there towards the end on that breakaway where we had 2-on-1. This could right now be waiting to go into overtime.
It's hard to say that Arkansas didn't have a good road trip out to Colorado. They picked up an exciting victory on Friday night and also picked up a win down at Metro State. And boy, a one goal game here in Boulder to finish the road trip. Not bad. So Arkansas will travel back home. Final score again, though, 1-0. Bauer, if you didn't see the goal, it was close. It was a trickler. He put it in the 5-hole, and Eklund got most of it. But really, the player of the week one's got to be Oliver Eklund. An unbelievable display of goaltending in both games, Friday night and here tonight. Colorado outshot Arkansas big time in both contests.
Yeah.
And to allow one goal in those two contests, my goodness.
Yeah, now I don't have the official stats in front of me here. They're across the ring from us on the scorer's desk. But, we got to figure at the start of that third period, we were looking at 28 saves. I think probably in that third period, you could probably add at least 10 more. So he's looking at a solid 38 to 40-ish saves tonight. CU, I think we had 15 saves, if I remember right, Joe, at the end of that second period. So I think maybe total, that number probably jumped up to close to about 25 as well. Arkansas had some good looks there in that third period, some strong shots, and it's just one of those nights where it fell CU's way. It could have easily gone either way, but CU just comes out on top tonight.
Thank you for everyone around the country who caught our broadcast, from our Canadian viewers to our American viewers. So I don't know if we had any Euro viewers tonight. We did last time.
We'd have some Kansas City viewers, though.
In the women's game I did last weekend, we had some the goaltender for Lindenwood Bellevue. She was from New Zealand.
Yes.
And her family from New Zealand was watching.
Yep, that's true. And we had a lot of Canadians watching that one as well.
We did.
In fact, we had the question of how many Canadians are on the ice, because that makes the sign of a good hockey team, apparently.
It's true.
Yeah.
From the entire crew here in Boulder, we thank you for joining us. Alongside Derek Michelson in the so-called booth, alongside our cameraman Zach Medell and our social media expert Kaylee Bryce. Our final score, 1-0. Join us again for Saturday night main event. Colorado will take on Colorado State here at the Rec Center at 7:30. If you can't make the game, we will be streaming online on this channel. With the entire crew in Boulder, thank you for viewing. Go watch the Blue Jays game. They're up big now. I held my excitement pretty good. They just chased Johnny Cueto, so he's gone. So Antulu hit a home run, and this is the best day of my life. All right, final score 1-0. Thank you, folks, and have a good evening.